So I thought for a while that maybe Greer could be a little bit more on the hot seat. I came to find out pretty recently that that was not the case. Like Mike wasn't even actually the seat wasn't even really warm internally for him. I know that might catch people off guard because there was obviously a lot of chatter and still is. But and we can get into the nuance of that and why the team still believes in him and those types of things. I wondered about Grier. I didn't know how much the backup quarterback thing would kind of plague him. Yep. I think that's a pretty big hit. I don't think that's a great thing. And I think that the reason I say that is because a lot of times it takes, we play Monday morning quarterback and we're like, well, you should have had a backup. But there was a lot of talk even in training camp, like what's going on here? Why is there no backup quarterback plan? And that wasn't just externally, that was internally. So that felt like it kind of hurt the season pretty good. And obviously Chris came out and talked today and hit on some of that. But to answer your question, Mike, not the seat wasn't really even warm, quite honestly. And Chris, while I'm a little bit surprised that I don't know if surprised is the right word. I do wonder where this goes, but I understand the idea of seeing what they can do if they can just get through some of these injuries.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're all questioning too. It's just we can't get it all put together.
Yeah, it's tough to evaluate. I mean, and you could argue like what Chris was saying today about Tua and the injuries, and it's hard to gauge when he has those injuries. It's like, yeah, but like we know that. Like, how do you have? And this is probably my biggest criticism of the Dolphins this year. And I'm actually a glass half full guy, very much so. In fact, probably to a nauseating degree, because I do think that Chris has done good things. Like people were kind of knocking, like trading Laramie Tunsil. I saw something recently, but it's like one of the best trades the NFL has seen in the past, like given the collateral they got. But so generally I'm a half glass full, but the quarterback thing, like if you have a quarterback like that, like Patrick Mahomes has Carson Wentz as his backup. He's had Chad Henne, Matt Moore, like ideal backups that can enter a game and honestly, quite frankly, win a game. The Dolphins going into it, I think Mike thought Skylar Thompson was better than he was. That's probably where he erred in this. But if you're the general manager, to me, you've got to have, especially when you have the most vulnerable quarterback in the NFL, albeit talented, albeit accurate, you've got to have a plan for when he is inevitably missing time. And the Dolphins did not have a plan this year.